Siblings of the golden child, when did your parents' favoritism come back to bite them? My sister Chloe was born 18 months before me, but you'd think she was born royalty. Same DNA, same parents, but I lived in her shadow my entire life. I had no idea how deep their favoritism went until I stumbled across something that made my blood boil. And I made sure everyone knew about it. Growing up, everything revolved around Chloe. When she wanted dance lessons, they spent $300 a month on private coaching. When I asked for guitar lessons, they bought me a $20 plastic guitar from Walmart. She got a brand new iPhone every year while I used her cracked hand-me-downs. The excuse was always, Chloe's more responsible with nice things. The slap in the face came when we were both 19. I'd been working at Target for 2 years, saving every penny for a car so I could get to my college classes easier. I finally had $4,000 saved up and found a decent used Honda. I asked my parents if they could help with the remaining $2,000 since they'd always promised to help with our first cars. They said money was tight and I should keep saving. 3 days later, Chloe decided she wanted to go to Europe with her friends. My parents handed her $6,000 for a month-long vacation and called it her cultural education. I watched her post Instagram stories from Paris while I took 2 buses to get to work every day. That's when I started paying closer attention to everything. I noticed they never seemed to struggle when Chloe needed something. Her college tuition, her car payments, her credit card bills, they covered everything without question. Meanwhile, I was working 2 jobs just to afford community college. The breaking point came when I was 21. I'd been accepted to a nursing program that would change my life, but I needed $8,000 for tuition. I showed them my acceptance letter, my scholarship awards, everything. They said they were proud but couldn't afford to help. I was devastated but took out loans anyway. 2 weeks later, I came home early from work and overheard them on the phone with Chloe. She was crying because her boyfriend broke up with her and she wanted to find herself in Bali. I listened from the hallway as they agreed to send her $12,000 for a 3-month trip. Mom actually said our baby deserves to be happy while I was drowning in student debt in the next room. That night, I started keeping track of everything. Every time they said they couldn't afford something for me, I wrote it down. Every time they magically found money for Chloe, I documented it. Over 6 months, the pattern became undeniable. They'd spent over $30,000 on Chloe's whims while telling me to be more independent. Meanwhile, Chloe's Instagram influencer dreams were failing spectacularly. She'd blown through their money on expensive equipment and fake followers, but her engagement was terrible. She kept coming back for more funding, and they kept giving it to her. The perfect moment came at our family Christmas party. Chloe was showing off her new designer purse that cost more than my monthly rent. During gift opening, my parents gave her a $2,000 camera for her content creation business while I got a $25 gift card. I stood up and thanked my parents for teaching me what conditional love looks like. Then I pulled out my notebook and started reading. Every broken promise to me, every excuse about money being tight, followed by every expensive gift they'd given Chloe the same week. I told everyone how they'd refused to help with my nursing school, while funding Chloe's fake influencer career with over $40,000. The room went dead silent. My grandmother looked horrified. My uncle shook his head in disgust. Chloe ran upstairs crying, and my parents just sat there speechless. I walked out that night and cut contact completely. Chloe's influencer career crashed. She moved back home at 24 with no real job skills and $15,000 in credit card debt. My parents had to refinance their house to pay off her debts. They both picked up second jobs to cover the payments. Fuck you, parents!